All right, welcome to my Halloween theme podcast number 2. If you didn't check out last time, go do that. We are creating haunting, beautiful improvisation in this particular podcast. What scales can we use to create haunting, minor, spooky sounds? I'm going to teach you the chord scales that actually go along with the voicings and reharms I showed you in the last episode, so you can kind of link them up and work them together. And also I'll show you some new ones as well that you can start to create some beautiful haunting improvisation over ballads, slow swing, really anything that you want that has particular minor progressions, okay? As well as some dominant too. So we'll get into all that. I'm going to teach you all the improvisational scales that link up with the last voicings. With that being said, let's dive right in.
Hey there, my name is Brendan Lowe, creator and founder of Jazz Piano School. If you're enjoying this content and everything else that we produce, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe this video so that you can stay up to date with all the new free podcast releases. Also, if you're looking to take some next steps, definitely go to jazzpianoschool.com, check out all the other free education we have, and there is a membership available as well. If you're kind of still dipping your toe in the water, then I have a free ebook that I wrote for you on the Jazz Piano School system that's helped tens of thousands of people successfully learn jazz piano. You can go to jazzpianoschool.com/roadmap to pick up that free ebook and start learning the system today. With that being said, let's dive right back in.
All right, I'm going to be going in order from the chords and voicings I showed you in the last podcast. So the first thing I showed you was this minor 6 chord. And again, you might see this in a tune like Autumn Leaves. Here you can see that minor 6 chord. So if I play the G minor 6 chord, this is the sound you're going to get. I also showed you the minor major. Now, luckily for us, one scale fits over both of these, and that's going to be your melodic minor scale. Now, this is going to be a major scale. So I'm going to take my G major scale. This is so easy. Anyone can do this. I'm going to take my G major scale and I'm going to flat the third. How easy is that? That gives me my melodic minor scale. How creepy is that? I love this sound. You can go up higher. It's just the best. It's the best. It's the absolute best. So no matter what you're playing, if you play a minor 6, I'm going to switch screens right now. If you play a minor 6 chord, right, in your left hand, you can still use this scale because you still get that E natural in there, the 6 in there. And if you also play a minor major sound, you totally can get the major 7 in there as well. So when I'm improvising over Autumn Leaves, if I go back to the tune, you know, I'm coming from the A minor 7. If you want to make it more creepy, like I was using more bebop, but if you want to make it more creepy, just go up and down the scale. So again. I'm just running up and down the melodic minor scale. So this can be used for composition. It can be used for improvisation. You'll hear a lot of minor major in spooky movies, right? It's just a fantastic scale to use for that minor 6 chord, okay? So that's going to be one of the first improvisational sounds you should really go after. Practice your melodic minor scales, right? I'll do one more for you before I go on here. If I'm trying to figure out a C melodic minor scale, again, just take your C major scale and what do? Flat the third. Pair it up with a minor major 7 voicing in your left hand. I like thirds a lot. Oh, it sounds great. I love ending ballads. When ballads end on minor chords a lot of times, right? Just a minor. I'll do this third walk up, what I call. And just kind of drift off into the distance. Right? And sometimes I'll roll a minor major up here. Very haunting, very like, ooh, like mysterious. Love that, okay? Let's go on to the next one. The next one's going to be a half whole scale. Now, this is going to fit over top of the dominant chord. I guess I'm going out of order. That's okay. This is going to fit over the dominant chord of the voicing I taught you last time. Now, your upper structure triad, just to recap, was the flat 5 minor triad, right? So I have an F sharp minor triad in second inversion. Now, what I'm going to play here is a half whole scale. Right? This really brings out the creepiness in this, okay? Just even me listening to that, I'm like, that's kind of almost more creepy than the melodic minor, right? Just playing the voicing, it gives you the sound, but playing the scale, that's really where the magic happens if you're improvising or if you're doing a fill. Sounds like Harry Potter, right? So again, very amazing scale. John Williams used this a lot compositionally. You can use this for compositions. You can use it to create moods in your songs, obviously in your ballads. Here's your half whole scale. It's just interval based. So you're gonna go from the root of the chord. You're gonna go up a half step, over a whole step, down a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, right? That's why it's called the half whole scale. Half whole, half whole. Okay, amazing, amazing sound. Again, totally giving you that creepy vibe. If you're sitting on a C7 chord for like 2 bars, you can totally start to bust this out and really just, create these beautiful atmospheres, okay? Let's go to your passing diminish, right? So the melodic minor works over top of that, and actually that's what I would suggest. So in a sense, you don't really have to, I just wanted to point this out to you. When you're moving up and down your diminished, let's say I play a diminished chord here, let's say I have the G in the bass. This is really the only time actually that I wouldn't change my chord scale to fit, because if I start to play a diminished scale over top of the G, it doesn't really fit so well. So I just wanted to iron that out from last week. If you were like, oh, Brendan, well, what scale should I use over the diminished chord? Just stay on your melodic minor. That's going to be the best scale to use because it's really just a pedal. It's a passing tone, right? So it's passing between your minor major, diminished for a second, and then minor major again. So you just want to stay on that melodic minor scale. So just wanted to throw that out there. Finally, tip number 3 is going to be different types of minor sounds. I know I've been talking a lot about minor sounds, but here are some other minor sounds that you can start to use. Phrygian mode, the Phrygian mode. So what is the Phrygian mode? The Phrygian mode is going to give you different characteristics for a minor scale. And so many students ask, what's the difference between the minor modes, right? Well, here's a regular Dorian mode. Check it out. What do we get with Dorian? We get a natural 9, we get natural 13. These are going to be the glue notes that connect between our chord tones, right? So when we're improvising, okay, these glue notes connect our chord tones together so we have smooth motion going up and down. Now the Dorian gives us just a natural 9 and natural 13. Those are pretty standard neutral colors. They don't really give me a haunting, spooky feel. If I use Phrygian, however, already right off the bat, we get a half step that goes up. Check it out, right? So if you want a darker vibe, a haunting vibe, a spooky vibe over minor 7 chords when you're improvising, we're getting a flat 9. Check it out. We're getting an actual flat 9 over a minor 7 chord. Who says you can't play flat 9 over a minor 7, right? Well, the mode certainly doesn't say that. We have a flat 9 starting right off the bat. And you could just, if you were to mess around with these first 3 notes, we also have the flat 13 up here, which is the A flat. Right? So a very spooky, haunting vibe from this particular scale called Phrygian. Again, you don't really need to memorize the mode names. Just think, okay, flat 9, flat 13. If I throw those in there, right? from my Dorian mode, from my Dorian scale, which is the natural 9. So listen how different that is. Much brighter color, right? And Phrygian. Now, finally, we have another scale that I want to show you. And again, for your voicing real quick, for Phrygian, you can kind of think like D flat, sharp 11, major 7 for this, right? In different types of inversions. You can even throw this A flat in here if you want. Right? Can also have any type of note really is going to give you that kind of like spooky vibe for this particular sound. So mess around with voicings. I love this particular voicing to get a Phrygian sound. Sometimes I'll throw the 3 in there like that. And sometimes I'll throw the flat 13 in there as well. Something like this, right? To give me that Phrygian sound. Let's move on to Aeolian. So Aeolian is actually going to change just one note, So our Aeolian scale is actually going to keep the flat 13. Keep the flat 13, right? So all we're going to do with Aeolian is essentially change the flat 9 to a natural 9. And then we have that flat 13 there. And again, these aren't the most like hair-standing scales, like right in the midst of some sort of horror scene out of a movie. They're more like the car is driving down the dirt road, it's raining, right? And the kids are looking around, everyone's starting to get an uneasy feeling, you know, down that long dirt road with the overhanging trees, and they finally pull up to the house. It's all obviously dark academia, old, very brown, black, right? Crows. So again, it's not the scale that's like literally something's about to jump out and get you, right? That's going to be the... right? That's going to be that like that diminished scale. Same with the melodic minor. That's really kind of like the stuff is building, the horror is building, right? So anyway, we have 3 minor scales there. The Dorian is pretty standard. This really doesn't give you many spooky vibes, kind of pretty neutral. The Phrygian mode, very dark because we have flat 9 and flat 13, and then finally Aeolian, flat 13 and natural 9. And those are different colors that you can mess around with. So just to recap the episode, remember, we started with our melodic minor scale. Is that right? Yes, I believe we started with our melodic minor scale. Right? And again, like I mentioned, that's going to fit over top of the diminished as well. You just want to keep that melodic minor scale going. Your melodic minor is going to be your major scale with a flat 3. I'd recommend practicing all your melodic minor scales so you can really get this sound down. The next thing we went to was your half whole scale. Love that sound, okay? Very creepy, very like in the middle of something is about to happen. And then finally, your different types of minor scales you can use. Your Phrygian sound and your Aeolian sound. Right? Now in tunes, real quick, before I leave you, I was gonna end the episode there, but I'm not. You can choose to darken up some sort of minor chords. Like if you're playing Autumn Leaves, instead of just using a regular Dorian scale, why not use Phrygian and create some sort of really dark sound? It's gonna come out of a dark place leading into that into that major 7 chord and really resolve to some sort of majory thing, which you could kind of start to darken up with maybe a sharp 5, which I didn't even talk about into the spooky episode, right? But it will totally give you a whole array of different types of palettes and sounds. If you want to use that Aeolian scale, that's more of a neutral or halfway scale you could use over Autumn Leaves to create some like folly vibes, right? Autumn Leaves. And then again, move into your half whole scale, right? Over this. Over the F7. And then maybe, you know, maybe a sharp 5 over the B flat major 7. So you do have a lot of options there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and go on and watch any more of my podcast lesson videos. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, again, I hope you guys enjoyed that free lesson podcast. Definitely go to jazzpianoschool.com to check out all the other free education we have available there. There's over 300 free podcast video lessons, a blog, lick of the week, and so many free ebook resources. And again, if you are looking to take that next step on your jazz piano journey and go a little bit deeper, we do have a membership available as well with an amazing, thriving community, lots of templates and systematic courses that will ensure you achieve your jazz piano dream. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe this video so that you can stay up to date with all the other free podcast lessons we're going to release. And as always, have a fantastic day and happy practicing.